Hey, aloha, everybody. Michelle Melendez with blossominnerwellness.com, standtogetherhawaii.com. And this is also on the Voice of Kona radio show, 100.5 FM. And you can also listen online. I was completely shanghaied, you guys, completely. I forgot this is an election year. I forgot that any time the mainstream, and then after that is media, is sharing a narrative, we each need to be very vigilant in our research, and I was not, so I apologize for that. I've been sent things like, Michelle, take a double check on the border, and I have, and I want to share something somebody sent me, and this is from Chris Emery, and he has been studying the U.S. intelligence operations on FFs, and the words are false, and then after that the word is flag, and these operations are meant to criminalize you and I, patriots, people who love this country. So let me just share my screen, and I'll share with you guys what he share with you what he says. And sound is on, so I'm going to share that. Here we go.
World, why did it take him almost 2.5 years to gear up? I think it's disingenuous what he's doing. There's poor ranchers and the private citizens within 50, 60 miles of the border have gotten their land, their homes robbed, their ranches decimated, trash, human waste, windows broken into, property damage. He could have put the thumb screw on that a long time ago. Why he chose to do so now is beyond me. They're much more keen. They have the operative radar, on high alert now, and they'll be able to hopefully weed out a lot of these operatives that, whether they know it or not, are being paid by the feds to be the fly in the ointment and get a lot more people in trouble. It's just going to be a reincarnation of J6 all over again.
So who he's talking about is when he says he's talking about the governor, Greg Abbott, who was and is on the World Economic Forum website. He's been there. This was just his Facebook page showing you guys that January 21st, 2020, that is where he was. And yeah, he says, why did it take him this long to act? And this is on like the verge of civil war. They want us against each other. And now this next guy who's going to be sharing, his name is Michael Yon, and he was an American writer, he is an American writer and photographer. He served in special forces in the early 1980s. And this is what he has to share about what is going on in Texas.
The southern border crisis, Michael Yon is also warning people not to fall for the trap.
And we already know that the so-called, I call it OGUS, the occupational government of the United States, we already know that it's out of control. We already know that the only rules that it plays by is anything it can get away with, it will do, right? We already know that. We saw January 6th. We see Americans have to show their ID and get searched and whatnot to get on airplanes. Meanwhile, they got illegals, straight up invaders coming across the border by the thousands every day that can board aircraft without any ID. There are no rules. We are clearly being hunted. And the American citizens, patriots, are clearly being hunted. They're looking for any excuse to go to war, and they will do it. Obviously, there's going to be a very serious war. It's clearly coming. Don't walk into their traps. Do not do it. Why would you go to Eagle Pass, which is so baited, when Abbott clearly could close the border if he wanted to? This is clearly a wrestling match. This is clearly a show. That's the Thunderdome. Don't go.
Thunderdome, yes. And then the last thing I want to share on this sharing screen is this. This is I got this off of Peggy Hall, but this is the Texas Operation Lone Star Border Support Mission. They're seeking volunteers, and you can actually just sign up. You can sign up to help at the border. So if there's these thousands and thousands of people, truckers going over there, why do they need more volunteers there? Also, Peggy Hall did an amazing video, which I'll link in the description, and she showed this trucker driving past Eagle Pass, showing the borders completely open. The gate is open, and there's nobody coming in, and there's nobody there. So it just is a completely open door with nobody around. And that's Eagle Pass, which is one of the spots that they're asking people, or saying that people are going to. So I was totally shanghaied. That last video, you guys are right. This is an FF, I believe, and we just need to stay vigilant and understanding our part. Our part is to stay united, is to, even with the people coming over the border, even with the immigrants, there's a lot of stuff that's going down. What I love, one thing about that Peggy Hall video, which I'll share in the description, is she says, what if these immigrants are on our side? What, a lot of people are going, and including myself, I was going, they're young men and they're military age, blah, 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 blah. But what if they get a taste of, like Peggy Hall says, what if they get a taste of freedom and they're like, dude, I'm on your guys' side. Let's stand up against this corporation, because we have to remember, a lot of these people who do come over from Mexico, which my father was one of them, back over 50 years ago, came over probably over 60 years ago, actually, uh, and became a U.S. citizen, and that's a whole other story. But they just want a better life, just like all of us. I'm here, and I'm like, I was thinking about, wow, I'm so blessed with everything that I have, and those people in Palestine and in Ukraine and in Russia that are dealing with bombs. In Sudan, I watched this documentary about Sudan, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never experienced that. So it is our job, and for me, for my kuleana, what's mine to do is just to be grateful for what I have and speak up when I can, which I am, and sharing that I think it's a load of poop. That what's happening at the border isn't happening, and we have to remember the Civil War is what? Americans against each other, and when we're fighting against each other, they win. We don't see what they don't want us to see. So let's take a look at it for what it is, and let's stay grounded. Michelle, as I'm talking to myself, let's stay grounded and remember our mission is to bring light, truth, and love and unity into this world and stand up for what is right, which means the affidavits. I've been saying the affidavits. I am going to be sharing a Big Island County Council, what they're doing, which is absolutely communistic, in my next video. And I'm still holding that justice will be had for Lahaina. And the Lahaina and Maui people need to stand up, because me on Big Island, we can't stand up. We're not as strong. We can stand up, but we're not as strong as they are if they want truth and justice for what happened to them, which I'm kind of not sure they do. Some of them do. I know some of them do. But so I'm hoping those that do will stand up, because I will definitely help you guys. If you're watching this, I will help you in any way I possibly can. So that's my video. That's my share talk story. If you're listening on the radio, it's a Voice of Kona Radio 100.5 FM. And again, if you want to support yourself for January, I do have a workout series called Wilderness Workouts Living Your Dreams. And it is a full body strength training toning workout. 6 weeks of workouts with positive affirmations that'll leave you not only feeling really good in your body, but leave your spirit elevated, your emotional frequency elevated, and you can see that in the description. And take a look at that, because it's super fun and it's really cheap. It's $14 to own it forever. So that'll support me in my work and support you and your body and staying healthy and feeling good and strong. Okay, friends, let's do a quick bringing it in, calling it in. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things. Wow, what a game we played. I think I just went back on this game board like two spaces, or I might have missed my turn on this game board with that last video. But I think I'm back on the game. I'm back in it. And I just want to say thank you so much for your guidance, for bringing in light workers and friends to show me that I was off the wrong path and I was going down the wrong rabbit hole. So I'm so grateful to be back on track, Great Spirit. And I just know, we just see this world and these dark entities that are doing horrendous things to people, and the lies that they completely keep sharing and keep pushing on us. But we're seeing right through it. We're seeing right through it, Great Spirit. And we are uniting as people from around the world. We are uniting in freedom and in peace and in love for each other. That all of us matter, that all of us are kept safe, that our children grow up in a world where they know that they matter, where they know that they can be and do and have whatever it is their heart's desire is, and staying in love for each other. We know that that's what truly matters, Great Spirit. We get to watch as these dark entities peaceably are removed from office or voluntarily leave. These dark entities that are in demons in human bodies, acting as governors, acting as city and county council members, acting as police chiefs, acting as mayors. We see that they're being removed, and it's glorious. They're either peaceably being removed or they're voluntarily leaving, and we get to watch as it unfolds. And that's what makes this so much fun. We get to watch as they are accountable for their actions. We get to watch as the truth unfolds all around the world. We get to watch as these wars are ended, as these weapons are put down by people, or these weapons stop working altogether, and that people are free. And those that have lived in areas where bombs are going off, that they actually have peaceful nights where they feel safe and they feel secure and they feel that their life matters, because it does. And Great Spirit, we are just so grateful for all of the guides that always are with us. We are never, ever alone. And we are so grateful for this journey in the knowingness that we get to watch freedom come to the world. We get to watch as peace envelops our planet. We get to watch as all people are unified. We get to watch it happen. Thank you, Great Spirit. And so it is. Sending you so much aloha, and just forgive me if you would, because wow, when I figured that out, I was like, wow, Michelle, really? But yeah, really. Then I was bamboozled, as we all can be. And this is a game. That's why I say it's a freaking game, you guys. It is a total game. So stay in truth. Keep watching things that are positive and moving us forward, stepping us forward toward what we want. Sending you so much aloha from the Big Island. I love you.